Hey, how's it going, Refi friends? John Ellison here from Refi DAO. So, what is going on with Redemption DAO? Redemption DAO. I'm seeing it a lot on Twitter. Some people on Reddit are calling it a scam. I've got Telegram groups going out the yin yang. My Discord's heating up. What is this thing? What is it about? Who is it for? And why should I care? Here's the top level story. We have 7.5 years left to reduce global emissions by 50%. And right now, the Democratic Republic of Congo is about to auction off about 4% of the world's second largest rainforest. To be exact, it's 11 million hectares of dense rainforest and peatlands, comprising about 3 years of global annual emissions stored in the soil. They're not auctioning it off to anybody, but specifically to oil companies who are undoubtedly going to destroy the natural habitat, make it a really hard time for the local 80 million people that depend upon it to survive, extract the oil, and burn the shit, which is going to be bad for all of us, not just the people in the Congo, not just for Africa as a whole, but for every single human on Earth. I don't know about you, but it's been getting pretty hot in here this summer, and I know for a fact that this is as a result of the forests that we are cutting down and the carbon that we are burning every single day as a result of the lives that we live. And so if you or anyone else on this earth wants to have a chance at seeing 2030, 2040, 2050 and beyond without being absolutely fucking roasting, we need to stop this sale from happening. We need to preserve rainforests that we've got. We need to focus on the people on the ground who depend upon this for their survival and have been calling out to all of us for help for years. We have to get our minds focused on what actually matters. And I know for a fact that thriving natural ecosystems are vital to all of our well-being. We need this to survive, and we need each other. And so when I'm speaking to my local grassroots organizers on the ground in the Congo saying they've been trying to get this story out for years, they've been watching these forests getting cut down for years, they've been seeing the voices of indigenous people being ignored for years, my heart is aching because we've just spent the past 2.5 years deploying $24 trillion of capital to address a pandemic that can only kill 1% of humanity. And here we have a global existential crisis that threatens the livelihood of everyone, and we somehow cannot manage to gather the $100 billion a year that it takes to address climate mitigation in the developing world, excuse me. The president of the Congo last year wrote an article asking for a very clear plan of $5 billion a year for 5 years to invest in economic development and to address climate mitigation and adaptation in the Congo and beyond. But of course, at COP26, this didn't get over the line because too many of the developed world isn't prioritizing enough the needs of the developing world and recognizing the costs that all of our lives have had on these people. We have very, very cushy lifestyles. We have massive carbon footprints, many multiples of most of the people in the global south, and we need to pay for it. It is not our privilege to live lives that are so much more carbon intensive than anyone else. We have to recognize that this has a cost, a deep cost, and it's going to hit all of us in the near-term future. So check out redemptiondao.org. It's a group of regenerative finance folks, people on the ground in the Congo Basin organizing to stop this sale of 11 million hectares to oil companies. We're trying to get in touch with some pretty major corporate actors and actually having some success. Some pretty big names are getting into the conversation, recognizing that if we can preserve this land for carbon credit issuance and for ecosystem services, if this can be used to support the local community ongoing, it could have a massive turning point in the climate story as we all look how to transition away from fossil fuels and realize the promise of a regenerative economy that actually supports life and doesn't destroy it through its functioning. So I'm personally super curious to see how this happens. I've never seen as many CEOs stopping everything they're doing and focusing on a single cause that is for the good of the whole without a profit motive before. It is absolutely phenomenal to observe. So if you are passionate about addressing climate change and want to make an impact, check out Redemption DAO and some of the people in it. It is a really fascinating story and definitely one worth tuning into. I think we're going to see some major press coverage in the coming days. So if you're in Web3 and you like getting in early, this could be a great opportunity. Deploy your money towards impact. Let's buy these forests out of the hands of the oil majors and let's preserve it for the people of the Congo, for the people of Africa, and for the people of the earth, because time's running out and this is the only one that we've got. Thanks.